I think what she said is, which mask should you wear in the theme parks?
On this channel, we talk about Halloween, Harry Potter, and theme parks. If that's something you're interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Hey guys, welcome back. As you know, there are a bunch of different kinds of face masks. There's different styles, they're made out of different materials, they fasten around your head differently. It can get kind of confusing, but we have quite the collection at this point. Probably too many. But in our most recent trip to Universal Studios, we tested out just about every mask that we own. And so in today's video, we are going to talk about which mask worked and which mask just didn't make the cut. Just a small little disclaimer before we get into this. We aren't medical professionals. We aren't going to touch on which masks are the safest or the most effective. We're simply talking about which masks were the most comfortable for the theme parks.
Okay, so the first mask that we're going to start with is just your typical run-of-the-mill disposable surgical mask. I think these masks are fine, but where they fall short for me is I have a rather small face. I've learned through these masks, I have like a child-sized face. And so most of the surgical masks, when I put them on, I have to double them around my ears so it even stays. And then it like puckers and sticks off my cheek. And so it's really just a fit issue with me.
I'm sure that there's different sizes so you could remedy that. But my issue with them goes a little bit further. Especially while we were there. If you haven't been to the Florida theme parks, they are hot. I sweated through them every time that I wore them.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different rides where you might get a little wet or whatever. And they just didn't hold up. Like, they really started to feel unsafe because it was just like they were getting wet. And almost like, I did not like them at all.
Yeah.
She was, like she said, she was okay with them other than fit. I was quick to change mask when I tried this right here.
I will say this, compared to some of the cloth ones, it felt like it was harder to breathe, to expel air through as well, which
is a good thing.
It's probably a good thing, but when you're in super hot weather,
Yeah.
it was less comfortable than some of our other masks.
Yeah. So the one that we get questioned about the most is definitely like the neck gaiter type style mask. Yeah, we don't own any of them. I think I remember some research coming out pretty early that they just weren't that effective, that they didn't help as much. And I believe it sort of depends on the day. But it seems like the theme parks don't allow them sometimes and they do allow them other times. So that's just one that we've avoided. We don't want to... Team members have it hard enough right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to have any other issues. I'm sure they're comfortable, but if they don't work, it really doesn't matter.
Well, and you'd hate to get to the theme parks and have a neck gaiter on and then get turned away because that wasn't the right type of mask.
If that's the decision you make, just go ahead and bring another mask with you so you have something to change into if a team member has an issue with it.
Another common type of mask is like your typical t-shirt material cloth mask.
Like a cotton mask.
Yeah, this is made out of cotton. I think I ordered it off Etsy. I don't like this mask for two reasons. The first reason is that the straps on it are made of the same material and they're so thick that it pulls my ears forward and it really hurts.
Yeah, it's not really stretchy.
No.
Per se. I mean, it gives a little bit, but it's not like elastic.
Yeah. The other thing that I really don't like about this face mask is how it's not structured at all. And so when you have it on your mouth, especially if you go to take a deep breath, it gets like sucked into your mouth. And I really hate that. It almost makes me feel claustrophobic, and I'm not at all.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't really care for is most of them, this one does have like a small little piece of wire or something that let it attach to your nose. I didn't like the way that it fit around my nose. My glasses fogged up way too often with this, and I thought this one was a lot hotter for how thin. I mean, it's really not that thick, and it was much hotter than many of the options that we have that are much thicker and harder to like actually breathe air through. But they didn't feel nearly as hot.
Right.
And while we're at it, a little bit later in the video, we have some remedies for the way that masks fit.
Around your nose, yeah.
Around your nose and around your head that we're going to talk about, like little alterations you can make to mask that make them a lot better. A lot better.
The next type of mask that we're going to talk about is one that fits over your head with the bottom and then ties around the top of your head.
Yeah.
So this is one of my favorite masks that I own, and it's not just because it's a Hufflepuff mask. So it fits really well around my face, and one of the things that I love for theme parks is that I was never concerned that this was going to fall off my face when I was riding a roller coaster.
Yeah. Another thing we really like about these masks, I believe we got these off Etsy as well, but they have like little pockets for these filters, and we got on Amazon and ordered like 100 of these filters, so we slide them in the mask and stuff every time we clean our mask. But yeah, I think we both really like these. While we're in theme parks in Florida, the only part of it that I'm not a huge fan of is I like to wear a lot of hats. I wear hats a lot anyways, but in Florida I wear like the big like sun hats, and tying this
around the sun hat
or putting it up under the sun hat, it can be a little bit difficult. But other than that, when we're in town, like around here, when I'm like if I don't wear a hat or if I've got on like a baseball style cap, I love these. Like,
so there's one more thing that I don't love about these, and I've noticed this both at theme parks and I have to wear them every day to my job, and that's if you've stepped over like to the side and you're trying to get a sip of your drink, you can't just pull it off one ear and take a sip and put it back, or like pull it down and take a sip. It's a lot harder to adjust it because it is tied around your head.
Yeah, and like we've talked about, being in the theme parks, you need to drink a lot of water because you're walking a lot and it's very hot. So there's some downsides to this, but other than that, we really like them. So next up on the list is just your standard like homemade cotton style mask. They're basically the same thing as the mask that we just talked about that tie around your head. Yeah. Except these just go around your ear. And these do have, instead of like being high nose where they're supposed to sit up there, they do have like the little
nose band,
little wires or whatever built into them. So we really like these. Yeah. We wore these quite a bit down there. Did you have any issues with them?
So the one thing that I have noticed is if you're wearing this all day long, if you don't have the right kind of elastic, they do start to hurt your ears. Yeah. And another thing is you have to make sure that they have the right fit, right, that they're the right length. I've had a really hard time with that. I actually just went out and, well, I had to order it because all the stores were out of elastic, but I ordered my own elastic off Amazon, and then I've just replaced some of the ear bands to get them the right strength and, you know, to the elastic that I like and things like that.
So, and that's the other thing. I guess on rides, these weren't nearly as secure as
the ones that go around
the ones that tie around your head. However, we did find a little, I don't know, remedy for it. These little clips, what are these exactly?
So they're just a modified kind of hair tie. I don't know if you can see it.
We'll show it's probably not going to focus.
So basically, this is just a hair elastic that has two little metal clips on the end. And so what you can do is you put it on one side and put your face mask on, and then you attach it around your neck on the other side. And it has it sit like the ear straps sit just below your ears, and that way it takes all the pressure off your ears. Yeah. Tyler really likes these. They seem to alter the fit of my mask to a point that they're either uncomfortable.
I've got a giant head, so they work fine for me.
Right, but these are a nice little ear saver, and you can we'll leave a link down in the description to where you can get these on Amazon. Yeah. Okay, the next mask we're going to talk about, it's another kind of simple mask that fits over your ears. This is actually my favorite mask for when I'm at home.
Yeah, we really like these.
I love it. I love the way it's structured and it sits up off my face so I can breathe. But it's made out of like nylon kind of material, and it was so hot in the theme parks.
That was an issue. In one of the videos I have on one that's like gray. Yeah. And you don't have trouble breathing.
No.
You're just hot. Yeah. I mean, and they get disgusting. Like, that is one thing, in case you hadn't thought of it, don't just take the mask that you're going to wear into the park.
Take several.
Take several, because we changed masks 3 or 4 times throughout the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, for like around here
Yeah, this one's great. It's one of my
and
favorites.
for the winter, like when it
Yes.
gets cold, these masks are going to be great. Like,
Because yeah, they keep all the heat and humidity
Yes.
in. This is one of those good ones that goes like all the
and
way.
it's got the
under my
pocket for
chin.
the
Yeah.
it's got the pocket for the filter that we buy.
Right. So
We love these masks.
yeah, if you're going
Yeah.
in the winter
Or if you're growing. I mean,
either one, this is a kind of mask that I would highly recommend.
absolutely.
Okay, the next one I'm going to show you, it really isn't any different from your typical like cotton one that, has the little ear things, but this one does have a cool little feature. It has this plastic piece that I can move up and down
Yeah.
to change the size of the ear hole, and I really like this because I knew when I bought it that I didn't have to worry about the fit or cutting off the ear loops and sewing more on or anything like that.
The only thing I will say, I don't think it was a mask I wanted to wear all day in the parks.
Yeah.
These little things on the back of your ear, they weren't that comfortable.
Yeah.
It's great for short periods of time, like going to the store or whatever. But this video is about which mask we want to wear in the theme parks. I didn't like these little clips. It really ate at the back of my ear when I tried to wear it.
I have worn this one a bunch to work, so I've kind of gotten used to the little clips and they don't bother me as much anymore.
Yeah.
But another thing I didn't like about this one is that it's really short and it doesn't fit up under my chin well.
Yeah.
And so I didn't feel like it gave me as good of protection as some of the other ones
Yeah,
did.
like you open your mouth and it.
Yeah, and like if I yawn, my chin sticks out.
Yeah, and if I tried to wear one this size, it would just, like, there's the bottom of my mouth. It's just not big enough.
Okay, so we are down to our last two masks that we want to talk about. This is my personal favorite, and it actually came from our own Halloween Teespring page. And so I know that sounds like a shameless plug, but it's really not. I had no idea that I was going to love this mask as much as I did when I ordered it. But what I love about this mask is that this inside material is like this perfect, soft, like jersey knit material. Yeah. It feels good on your face. It kind of wicks moisture. It feels like when you breathe out that, almost, not really, almost like you don't have a mask on.
Yeah, so it's very similar, just for reference. These masks are very similar to the masks that you find in the theme parks, like at Disney or Universal.
Yeah.
Except they're thicker.
Yeah.
I think it's significantly thicker. So
I agree. This inside material is really soft and thin, but this outside material is like a thicker, almost more kind of like a nylon, but it's still breathable. I absolutely love this mask. It's like big enough to cover my whole face. The only thing that I don't really like about it is that it didn't come with the little metal noseband.
But we have a remedy for that. So my favorite mask didn't come with that either, but we found these on Amazon. And all you do is you take them off. It's got adhesive on it.
Yeah, it's just like a little aluminum band
yeah.
with adhesive on the backside.
You put it across the bridge of the nose, and it works great. It actually helps decrease, like, we both wear glasses at times.
Yeah.
Decrease
The fogging.
the fog on a lot of the 3D rides at Universal Studios.
Oh, yeah.
It helped with the fog
glasses.
there. But yeah, like, these are really helpful.
We'll leave a link in the description to these.
Also, this mask. We weren't really looking for a mask for the theme parks. I had, between 80 and 600. Like, we have a lot of masks.
Yeah.
What we were looking for was something I could wear in the gym because I kept leaving the gym and just like, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
Because when you're really exerting yourself, it just felt is unnatural.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't necessarily that I could. It's not you can breathe. It's just it
It's
feels
really
it feels
uncomfortable.
unnatural.
Yeah.
And so I stumbled upon these, and these are like a performance type fabric, almost like what you think of like with a Under Armour mask or something like that.
Yeah.
And they're super cheap. I have like 6 of them at this point.
Yeah.
I think they're like $3 or $4 a piece, and they were off Amazon as well.
Yeah.
They were so cheap that I was worried about them. I'll say that. We'll leave a link to these as
In the
well.
description, yeah.
But yeah, I almost for this trip,
That's all.
I'll be packing
All of those.
all of these. I'll probably take some other ones just in case it gets wet or we sweat, which I think it's supposed to be cold this time. But yeah, this is my favorite mask by far. It's pretty much all you catch me in anymore.
Yeah.
The only time that I'm not in this one is an accident. Like this one is in her vehicle or like
Not in my vehicle.
yeah, or not in her vehicle, whatever. Like
That's the only time he doesn't wear it.
yeah, I'm in this one constantly now. Okay, guys, so that wraps it up. Those are our favorite masks. Like that's sort of what we found worked and what didn't work. You don't have to go out and buy some special mask for the theme parks. It's just there are some that are definitely going to be more comfortable.
Right.
None of the masks that we wore could we not make it a full day in. There's rest zones and you do stop and eat or whatever
Right.
and take drinks. So you don't stress about it too much.
Right.
But if you are someone who frequents the parks or you're going, sometime soon and you're in the market for a mask, check them out. I really love this mask. Yeah, can't say it enough. In the comment section, leave us a comment. Tell us which type of mask is your favorite. Like if there's one that we didn't mention, if there's a brand that you really like, tell us about it.
If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. You can hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell notification so you get an alert every time we post a new video.
Thanks for watching.